If you still believe in democracy as an American, I have a beach house in Idaho to sell you, okay? Has it got to the point where life is being dictated by political agendas that you have no say in? I would say yes. There have been people who have already lost their jobs in regards to the Charlie Kirk incident, and there have been many more people that will lose their positions going forward if you choose to stake if you choose to take a stance against what is currently happening in America. And for many of us, this isn't just a feeling of uncomfortability. And for many of us, this isn't just a feeling of being uncomfortable in a place that we have called home. It's a reality for millions of people in America, and it's a huge part of why I had to leave. Have you heard about how in America, the prisoners are also the guards? Whenever a person wants to escape the system, the matrix, the conforming of life, the mediocrity of life, there's always someone there to yank on your shirt and say, hey, but what about this? Or what about this? What about your obligations? What about the things that you have pledged your allegiance to? You can't just leave. You can't just walk away from those things. There's a deep feeling of you have to censor yourself in order to survive. This kind of stress is a silent killer and it's a form of control that can make you feel like you don't own your life. Today, I want to talk about how I broke free from this invisible Today, I want to talk about how I broke free from these invisible chains. I'll share my journey of leaving that stress behind, and I'll show you how to build a life where your voice and your freedom is a non-negotiable. There's a mental fatigue caused by this sort of self-censorship, right? Because after a while, in order to not get censored by others, you start to censor yourself. Your speech starts to change, your beliefs start to change, right? You start to maybe even question your beliefs. Is this something I truly believe, or is this something I was programmed to reiterate? The hustle of American culture isn't just about a job. For me, it was about the constant stress of the world around me. I was tired of feeling like I was in a fight just to exist. When you're constantly reacting to the news, you don't have space to be creative, to build a business, or to design a life that you actually want. You're just trying to keep your head above water, so to speak. I got sick and tired of living in that frame of mind. So we need to reframe struggle as a choice. It's something you can choose to do or something you can choose not to do. I knew the problems in America were more like the devil I knew. The fear of leaving was also a fear of finding an unknown sort of peace. You don't know what to expect. I mean, if you live in a constant state of fear and discomfort, it's hard to imagine what peace could feel like. And naturally, our bodies are made to have systems in place that keep us safe, right? Our nervous system is a system in place made to keep us safe. So going in outside of that is always going to be scary. I got to a point where I realized I couldn't be afraid of change anymore. Like I could not deal with the certainty that I knew. I knew that I was surrounded by people that were okay with living mediocre lives. I knew I was surrounded by poisonous food and water. There was nothing in my life that was necessarily healthy. My relationships with people that did not see life in the same way that I did, were not healthy. There were so many instances of dis-ease when I lived in America. And this was the price that I was paying to stay. You have to start asking yourself, is the price that I'm paying worth my mental health, my physical health? Is it worth all of these things that it actually is costing me here and now? Moving to Brazil for me was not about running away from America. It was about running toward a life where I could breathe, a life where I could focus on my family, my business, my well-being without constant noise. I decided to start looking around for other locations. Where are Black people in America? I started to choose my life over the comforts that others expected me to give them. My legacy isn't going to be defined by how well I kept up with the drama, how well I could fit in. It's going to be defined by the life I intentionally created, free from stress and full of purpose. Even making videos like this has brought up some feelings because to me, I'm like, hey, I moved to this beautiful, beautiful place. I don't want to bring the drama and issues of America with me. But I've realized that I do have a certain type of duty, right? Because I left America and I want to show other people how to do the same thing, I do have to have some sort of stamina to view what's going on, to learn about what's going on, to understand about what's going on so I can help others, so I can reach back and get others out of what seems like a sunken place. You can choose where you focus your energy. I know that I can't change what's happening in America, but I can change my environment. I have changed my environment. So I think for me, the best I can do is show others what is possible. You can choose to build a life where your well-being is top priority. I'm here to tell you that a life of peace and intention is possible. It's not a fantasy, it is a choice. And the first step is making the decision to leave that stress behind. Solutions for Moving Abroad is an 8-week intensive that I wish I had when I left everything behind. This course is for people who are ready to leave the stress and drama of America and build a life of intention. I know you want to go fast, so I've designed a clear and compassionate guide to get there. In just 8 weeks, you will get a detailed roadmap to answer the two most important questions. When can I go and how much will it cost? You will learn how to secure your visa, build a sustainable budget, and find a community where you truly belong. It's time to stop feeling like an outsider and start living the life you deserve. This course isn't just permission to thrive, it is your opportunity to build your unique plan to do so. We do have limited space for this October launch, so you want to definitely look into this as soon as you can and choose you. Okay, see you on the other side.